Hi, I'm Zinez, and today we're going to take a look at a game called ScarsAbove. It was released 2023, and more information about the game you can find in this description down below. You can also find where you can buy this game. So, let's begin.
Personal log. Mission Specialist Kate Ward. Sentient Contact Assessment and Response Team. We always wondered if we're alone in the universe. We observed and explored, but found nothing. Until now.
Scar Mission Control to Hermes. Status check.
All systems nominal. We're working on a solution for our scan power requirement. We'll update soon.
Roger that, Hermes. Keep us posted.
Kate, we have an issue.
Problem with the scan?
We've underestimated the power requirements necessary to penetrate the Metahedron's hull. Mike has an idea, but he could use a hand. He's in the lab and I'll give you the details.
On my way.
I do like this way of exploring something in the room that you can see. It's really nice that you can pick up items and have a read on like the background and not just get something on the wall. It directly just goes in and make the game cool.
I was lucky that Robinson interrupted us. I was on the verge of victory.
It gives you a feel of the room. You can interact in another level than just walking around and looking at stuff. You can actually touch it, kind of.
The party after survival training. We really needed to unwind.
I'm not gonna read anything on the screens.
It's been 6 months since the alien object known as the Metahedron suddenly appeared above Earth's atmosphere. The Hermes mission is currently making preparations to engage with it and attempt contact. Earlier this morning, we managed to snatch an exclusive interview with Richard Robinson, commander of the newly formed SCAR team. Don't miss it, tonight at 7 on Newsline.
However, I will stay some seconds on the screen, so if you want to pause the video and read through what I'm looking at, have a go at that. I will also listen, like news feeds, and that is interesting to listen to sometimes. So let's see. I'm a kind of gamer that I really like to look at everything in a room before I continue, so I don't kind of miss anything. I love seeing what the developers have made and stuff like that. Like this tablet is just amazing for me. You can kind of read that they have started on something, but it's kind of hard to read what it is, but you can get some tiny hints about what they are doing and so on by some words. And it doesn't have to be more than that when it comes to leaving some lore in the world. It just has to be something interesting that for the person to go and explore and just look at.
Hey, Kate. I think I figured out a way to give us the power we need for the scan. I've attached the scanners directly to the engines.
Wow, directly? Brave.
I think it'll work, but we need to find a way to kickstart the process with around 500,000 volts.
Do we still have those SLD-26 welders in the equipment room?
Yeah, I think we have one or two, but why do you... Oh! You want to modify it to discharge high voltage electricity. And you call me brave.
Oh boy.
I need to craft a rail module at the mobile printing unit.
This is a really a good way to find out and show you something in the game. Like how to craft this weapon and so on. It really teaches you something in a fast way, which is something that I really prefer.
Should be strong enough to direct and focus the electrical current. And now to fit all this together. Only missing a power source. I have to adjust the frequency of the Tesla coil first. I see Mr. Jefferson is in the lab today.
Yeah, I never leave my home planet without him.
There. Now just to calibrate the output voltage.
That looks like a space blaster.
Just a tool, nothing else. It's a vectorized energy rail accelerator, discharging electrical...
Vera! Let's call it Vera for short.
You sure like to name things. Vera it is. Hey, I was curious. Are your folks worried about you being on this mission?
Well, my dad is super proud. My mom? You know moms.
Yeah. Mike, I'm in front of the reactor. What's the best way to power it with extra energy?
See the 3 positronic nodes surrounding the core? A jolt to each one would be sufficient. Yes! Keep it up! Almost there. We need a little more energy for the reaction. Let's try a direct shot to the core. Straight to the heart.
Well, that doesn't sound dangerous at all.
It's working. I'm feeding the excess power directly to the scanner.
I haven't seen you shoot like this since the college rifle championship.
Yeah, I also remember you taking first place from me.
And don't you forget it.
Good job. Dr. Ward, Dr. Yoshida, get to the bridge, please. Time to see what's inside our alien guest.
I should return Vera to the equipment room. She served her purpose.
Telemetry check?
Telemetry check. We're go.
How are we doing with that sensor array, Mike?
We're ready, Commander.
You have the honors, Dr. Ward. Take your place when ready, and start the scan.
Excess energy seems to have done the trick. The array is locked on the metahedron and operating at almost 200% of its standard efficiency. Say the word, Commander.
Just a moment, Dr. Ward. Team, can I have your attention, please? Since the dawn of humankind, our species has gazed toward the skies and wondered whether we were truly alone. Well, 6 months ago, we got our answer. And with it came new questions. What is this object in front of us? Where did it come from? Who sent it? And why? While the governments, leaders, thinkers, and common people discussed the meaning of this event, we were training. We were preparing. The SCAR team. Now, the whole world is relying on us. We're dreamers and skeptics. We're explorers and pioneers. With hearts and minds. With courage and resolution. With trust and fellowship. With science. We're going to give the world their answers. And in this historic moment, at the conjunction of hopes and fears, there's no people I'd rather face the unknown with. Dr. Ward, you have the honors. Let's do this.
Yes, Commander. Scared?
Of course I am.
I thought you Army pilots were trained not to be.
We're trained to control it. The fear keeps us sharp. How are you holding up, Doctor?
Oh, I'm 100% sharp, all right.
So, do you think it's a weapon?
Well, a weapon is a very human concept. Perhaps what we perceive as a weapon is just a tool. Wait, the scan. The metahedron's energy levels are rising rapidly. Okay, what happened?
Power supply failing.
Sensors offline.
I'm switching to backup generators. I'll try to reroute.
Look, the metahedron, it's creating some sort of a gravity well.
The Hermes is being pulled towards it.
Hang on, everyone. Dr. Ward! Kate!
Commander Robinson? Tam? Mike? Anyone? Where are you? What is this place? What's happening?
Donna.
Who was that? Where am I?
Spooky.
Wait! How is this possible? What planet is this? Did the metahedron bring us here?
That is the stunning view. I wonder how this game would look if it had 100% RTX. Would be amazing, I think.
Some sort of alien structure. What is going on?
Sort of no.
Calm down. Calm down, calm down. Calm down.
Sort of no. No.
Where am I? What was that creature?
SCAR emergency signal detected.
A SCAR emergency signal. It must be someone from the team. I have to get to them. The debris, it's from the Hermes. It must have splintered off when the ship entered the atmosphere. A SCAR field backpack. Empty, but still useful. This electric cutter can cut through even the toughest materials. I'd better take it with me. Log entry. A joint-legged invertebrate life form, similar to arachnida. Fast movement, small frame. Seems to move in groups. dead. Must be a gate of some sorts. But there's no obvious locking mechanism. Log entry. The gate has an internal conduction system. The 3 points on the rim seem sensitive. A targeted blast of electricity could cause a reaction. Log entry. This plant doesn't have any chloroplasts, which means it can't conduct photosynthesis. Strange.
Increase the current. Just a bit. We don't want to fry the coil. There. Awesome. We did it, Kate.
I remember this. Mike and I were finishing our electrical experiment just after lunch. Vera, it's still intact. What the hell was that?
Good to have this journal. It's I like when games does its really in-depth journal, so you can read about the different things and get information from it.
Log entry. Salivary glands concentrated in the head enable the creature to discharge a venomous secretion. Muscular tissue is highly susceptible to fire. Wow. Feels like I'm moving through entrails. Log entry. I found a strange alien cube. It's emitting neural waves. This means it has the potential to send information directly to the brain. Log entry. Large joint-legged organism. The chemicals in its abdomen can create an explosion when heated to a certain temperature. Another one of these pillars. These cables, they're from the Hermes.
Interesting.
Some kind of flesh-like webbing. I have to break through it. Log entry. This is a biovessel for an indigenous creature. The shell seems highly combustible. It contains an organism that is almost fully formed. I better not touch it. This equipment, it's from the Hermes, but we were there just an hour ago. Commander Robinson loves this book. The whole place is covered with some kind of organic residue.
Commander Richard Robinson, log entry. Ever since I left the Hermes, it's been getting worse. The growth. I have to get it off. I've salvaged some electrical components. I might be able to craft an incendiary device with the MPU. Burn the growth. The body must be cleansed.
Ever since he left the Hermes? But we were just there. He sounds different. Enraged.
What is happening here? Once again, I do like this this way to explore. Really helpful. One thing that isn't said here is you have escape to go backwards. You can also right click to go backwards into something.
Maybe... Yes, I can print a custom emitter with the MPU, connect it with the thermic module, and attach it all to the welder's frame. This might burn straight through that flesh-like webbing. And I'm taking the MPU.
Or also a very interesting tech tree here. So you have your engineering part where you are enhancing your personal skills in the game, but then you have the xenobiology, which is more about the alien combinement of your DNA, you could say, to make yourself more, to be able to withstand more damage and so on that your body can control. And this is more like armor and the weapon, how fast you can reload and so on. It's an interesting way as well when they do separate things like this. But that's continue here. Hmm. So better healing would be nice. But also more health isn't that bad as well. But at the beginning here, I think... that's not bad either. Consumables cost less. But I think I might be able to go for this one. Faster reload during fights can be a very good one. And also that you have it allows 50% faster. That's a significant faster one. I think I'll go for that one.
You again.
Mana to the... How far would you go in the search for answers?
So these are the plants that you use to get more ammunition for your electricity. Then we had the fire leaf brand, more orange, and those are for the fire spec of the gun. So these are for the fire and ammunition.
Log entry. I have cataloged all of the medical supplies for our mission. Potent stuff. Boosters, stimulants, bioenhancers. I know our mission will have plenty of unknowns, but this seems like overkill. Better safe than sorry, I suppose.
Okay, so nothing more up here. So I guess we went the correct way from the beginning there.
I don't see the energy points on this gate. Perhaps they're on the other side.
Log entry. I have cataloged all of the medical supplies for our mission. Potent stuff. Boosters, stimulants, bioenhancers. I know our mission will have plenty of unknowns, but this seems like overkill. Better safe than sorry, I suppose.
Incredible. What could the purpose of such a colossal structure be? Energy relocation?
How far would you go?
There was the other way over there that I really want to go back to. As I said, I really don't like when I miss off. Let's see. Where was it? Over here, right?
Robinson's backpack. He was here. I should look around and try to reconstruct his movement. The whole backpack is covered in organic residue. Robinson must have lost balance and grabbed this rock. Seemed like he had trouble walking. Carnivorous worm-like organisms secreting acidic saliva. It would melt my suit and my flesh in moments. Robinson's boot. Apparently he was heading towards the water? He had issues walking, but pushed himself into the worm-infested water. The worms converged on him. They seemed to fuse with his body. What happened to you, Richard? His signal is on the other side. Somehow he got through the worms. I won't last a moment, but I must find a way across. I can see the energy points on the gate from this side.
Oh, it's nice with shortcuts. I think it is also, if we go back here now and reuse it, it forces the save of the game.
god!
Fire is not the easiest way for that boss, it seems. It was a while since I played this game, so I have to relearn the bosses. Also, the thing that the game doesn't, weirdly enough, tells you about is these ones. If you shoot those, they will make a big boom. But you have to shoot them with electricity. It's weird that you don't get a thing to scan those directly when you see them, because you see them before the boss. But yeah, they tell you when you go into this boss area, so that was the pop-up that goes up on this one. So you have to shoot these with lightning to explode them to do more damage, and that one is for fire, but it's gonna be hard to hit that one with fire. Takes so long to charge up in that.
Oh my god! Brutal. The aggressiveness of these creatures goes beyond typical territorial behavior. Is something causing such hostility?
Could say something like that. You just have to dodge and wait for an opening. Yeah, really hard to aim at that just small little heart. At least when it takes so long time to fire up this fire weapon. So you really need to take care of it. Load up some more ammo. Oh. Even more apparently. There we go. This is a really good trap for these animals. Lure them in there and fire on that. It's gonna burn their chest pretty good. But it's also gonna be hard to be far enough away from it to actually get that done.
What was that thing?
It's time for some more health already.
These creatures, it looks like their secretion is freezing the water. Log entry. The creature's carapace is underdeveloped. If I find a mature specimen, I might be able to utilize their freezing secretion. I better stick to the frozen surface if I don't want to be eaten alive. This one is huge. It's producing large quantities of that freezing secretion. Huh. The appendages are dripping with the fluid that's freezing the water. There's the brain, and the neural pathways leading to various organs. This gland is secreting the cryogenic fluid that's freezing the water. And this neural pathway is conducting large amounts of bioelectricity. The deutocerebrum seems to be generating an electrical charge. The cocktail of digestive acids is dissolving local plant life into homogeneous matter. The process seems to be aided by bioelectricity. The creature is mixing bioelectricity with whatever it digests to generate an enzyme, and the enzyme is used to create a cryogenic fluid in the cranial gland. So if I take a sample, I might be able to replicate the process. I might be able to use this to craft some kind of cryogenic device with the MPU. It could help me to get through the worms. Let's see if this device works. It's working! This way should take me back to the monolith.
Field outpost Tetra. Marsh biome. Report. Mutations are at stage 3. Specimens are enveloping themselves in mineral material, creating a stone-like outer shell. Their genetic structure is stable. Alpha of the pack is growing exponentially, which is promising. Genetic code fragment harvested.
A recording of some sort. It sounds like a report from some kind of experiment. Log entry. These pipes are probably a part of a larger supply system. They're made out of a strong material that fractures when exposed to acid. This structural weakness could be exploited. Log entry. I'm detecting strong electrical energy inside the sac. If the protective membrane is hit with an electric charge, it will explode.
So, as I said before, that information could have been in the start before the boss. You didn't need anything about it for the boss at all, but you needed the fire part of it. So it's kind of weird that it hasn't been that there are some in the beginning that you can see them now. However, they have a use at the first area where we were. it's quite weird that you don't have any of the things that you want to use to attack him. They shut off, so you can't use the explosives or things in the one. They talk about that you can use fire on these fire blobs to explode. You can talk about the electricity blob to be able to shoot them with electricity to make them explode. But this first boss, where they are actually talking about it, doesn't have that implemented into the game. So it makes a bit weird that you go into this arena without any of the information that you can actually use for it.
tough.
It's weird when it hits his face sometimes, but still he doesn't go down. Well, really have to continue with freezing him and shoot him with lightning, but I'm running out of ammo so fast on it. Let's see how this goes now. Ah, there we go, finally.
That was tough.
That's a nice thing to have. So let's... So, I'm gonna call it there, everybody. It's a nice game, this. It's I played it back in 2023 when it released. Still liking it when I come back to it, and it's been far enough that I really don't... I remember some parts about how the game works, but some of the storyline I still have forgotten about, which is also nice, like the boss there, how to take care of that. So it's gonna be a fun run. See you on the next video, everyone. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe and like. Leave a comment if you want to. Would be nice. So have a nice evening, everyone. Bye.